Welcome back to Death by Dragons. It's been a long time and I am really excited to welcome Russell back to my house.
Hi.
We are socially distanced, as you can see, 1 metre apart, current UK guidelines.
That's it.
And just in case he strays too close, I bought my social distancing tool. So if he comes more than a metre closer to me, I'm going to run him through. Yay! Cool. So we are having a face-to-face game for the first time. Have you played any games during lockdown?
Nothing, not even on Universal
Not
Battle.
on Universal Battle. He just can't use a computer. He doesn't have massive clam hands or something. So today we're doing 2,000 point battle. I am playing my Twilight Kin because I love the Twilight Kin and it's my lockdown army that I have painted. Ross was actually going to paint it for me, and I was going to give it to him. I think the week lockdown hit, and then ended up painting it myself. So there you go.
So I have 0 models to paint. And I've painted everything I own.
That is impressive. I've got to say, mine's not even finished. There's 3 models here that aren't actually finished. Anyway, and what are you today?
2,000 points of Goblins.
Goblins. You just count up how many units have we got now?
18, 19 units I'll have.
8, amazing. Down to my 12 drops. Cool. Well, anyway, I can't wait to get on with it. So let's have a look at the army lists.
Alright, so we are back. I'm excited. Are you excited? You should be excited. Possibly not as excited as me, but there you go. So this is my Twilight Kin force. It's 2,000 points. And just a bit of interest, I've just finished painting the guy on the right. This chap over here, he's a version 1 Twilight Kin lad, and I just painted him. That's very exciting. He's going to be my Soulbane. So, I have 2 regiments of Impalers, both of whom have the Scream Shard. I have 2 regiments of Chronebound Abyssal Horsemen. One has got Sharpness, one's got Caterpillar. I have 2 troops of Gargoyles, Chronebound Gargoyles. 2 regiments of Chronebound Butchers. So it's worth saying, that's my unlocks. So those, the Impalers and the Horsemen, that's all my unlocks. And Twilight Kin, it does have a problem with unlocks, which means that most people take hordes of Tall Spears. I hate Tall Spears. I refuse to take them. So I have 2 of those, and so that allows me 4 hero slots, which is what I need to run. Okay, so the Gargoyles, the Butchers, they're all count as irregular, so they're like troops. I have a Soulbane, which is my first hero, so he runs with the Impalers. He has Mace of Crushing and the Scream Shard. So Scream Shard allows Life Leech 2 once per game. I've got 1 Summoner Crone who's got Boots of Levitation mounted on a horse, so she's got an 18-inch range for her Drain Life of 6. And then I've got another Crone with Wings of the Honey Maze and Scepter of Shadow. So she's got 20-inch range, but she's got a 10-inch range for Life Leech 9. And last of all, I've got a special character, which is Mikael, Lord of Nightmares, who is awesome. So he's got speed 9, 6 attacks, but if he is attacking a hero, a monster, or a titan, he doubles his attacks. Crush 2, Dread, Iron Resolve, all the rules. He's brilliant. Big fan of him, and inspiring, all that kind of stuff. Soulbane also has Dread. So the principle of my army is you have the Butchers as your screen, because they are, thick chaff and all that kind of stuff. They're the best chaff in the game, really, I think. Stealthy particularly facing against War Engine Goblins. The Impalers behind them, and the Soulbane with them for inspiring. My 2 Crones just fly wherever the hell they like. And then my Gargoyles, I have 1 behind both regiments of the Horsemen to screen them. And Mikael flies with the runs with the Horsemen, and the Crone just kind of run around, so they are there to drain life, to add kind of focus fire and inspiring to all the Chronebound units. So that's my force. So let's have a look at the Goblins. So this is Russell's Goblin list, which is War Engine heavy, shall we say. So let's have a quick look at it. He's got 4 hordes of rabble, so these are his main unlocks, and also 2 regiments of Fleabag Riders, both of which he's put more pups on. So more pups is an upgrade that gives them once per game 6 additional attacks on 4s, crush 1, right? Which is brilliant on more pups. Wow, I wish I could take that on the Ratkin equivalent. So Fleabag's been defense 4, they're great. So 4 hordes of rabble, plenty of unlocks. So he's got a Mincer Mob, which he's given sharpness to, because ouch. So that's, Mincer Mobs are beastly. They're only speed 5, but gosh, they've got a lot of attacks and big shields. So that's his hammer. It's actually the only hammer he's got. He's got 2 War Trombones, 3 Big Rocks Throwers, 2 Sharp Stick Throwers, 2 Blasters, a Wingit with the Spotter, a Flaggett mounted with the loot, a Flaggett, just a Flaggett, and a King on Chariot. Now, the more astute amongst you will be looking at that list with a puzzled expression on your face, because 4 hordes of rabble and 2 regiments of Fleabags gives you 6 unlocks for War Engines, yet he has 7 War Engines. And also, if you're good at maths, which I'm not, admittedly, but I was when I put this into this, it's actually 140 points over. So it's not too late. It's 2,140 points, and it's got one more war engine than it should have. So this is not particularly Russell's fault, because he came around the house and he hadn't had time to do the list, to print a list or do his list. So he was kind of just knocking it together on his phone a little bit. And then he was getting his army out, and he bought his entire. He's got like 3,000 points of goblins. He's got loads of goblins, so he bought all of his goblins. Just kind of putting out. And I think this is it. We were rushing to try and get it done, and he put out 2 blasters that he shouldn't have put out. I think is what happened. So, not Russell's fault. And it's playing against it on the table. It didn't feel. This is not a perfect net list war engine list, right? There's not bang it to double wing it, crazy, the crazy stuff you see. It's reasonably crazy, don't get me wrong. This is still pretty terrifying to face. However, it's not wild, it doesn't feel wildly overpowered. It's only 140 points. That's not devastatingly high. So I thought, I had to chat. Let's put the battle report anyway, because I think it's a really good strategic game about how you can use war engine lists and also combat war engine lists, right? How to use a Goblin list with all these blasters and stuff to layer your charges, but then also from how to position against war engines. So I think it's still a decent battle report, despite the fact that Russell blatantly cheated. Anyway, so let's go on to the battlefield. So this is the battlefield. I hope you like the terrain, because I have been working very hard on my terrain. So we have 2 height 3 hills right there across the middle. And I should say, by the way, I set this battlefield up before I knew he was bringing goblins. I thought he was bringing undead, but it's not particularly ideal for a war engine list, so you'll see why. So 2 height 3 hills. We have 2 height 6 forests. We actually have 2 height 6 buildings, but I forgot to label one of them. You can see them; they're identical. You can see this is also right here a height 6 building. Sorry, incompetent as always. And then we have 4 height 2 walls and a height flat lake over here, and then a height 1 field down here in the bottom corner. So that's how. So the reason I say that this I didn't know about war engines, because actually it's quite poor for war engines, because you've got the hills here, right? This hill and this hill, and all this height 6 stuff, right? So what that means is that for firing lanes, if you've got the bottom, you've got a firing lane here for a war engine and a firing lane here for a war engine. Theoretically, you've also got the ends, so you could like these firing lanes as well, right? So if you've got lots of war engines, you can space out your war engines, but that doesn't allow you to focus fire the way that you'd want to, right? And the same firing lanes appear on the other side. So what that means for both sides is that you can array your army effectively here and behind here, and you're going to have a very limited range of fire from any war engines. So it's about how you use the terrain that's important. Anyway, we'll come on to the deployment in a bit, and I'll talk a little bit more about that, about how we deploy. We have deployed here. As you can see, I forgot to take a photo of the battlefield before we deployed. So we were playing Salt the Earth. Salt the Earth is one of my favourite scenarios. It's basically pillage, but you can burn the token. So you have a token in the centre, which is this one, and then this one cannot be burned. And then you put 3 tokens each before you choose sides anywhere on the battlefield. And as an example of how chill Russell is, he's just put them anywhere. He's such a nice guy. He's really chill. He's just put them anywhere. It doesn't really matter. So we put them here. You can't see some of them because we've deployed, but I just tried to space them roughly evenly around the battlefield. So typically when I'm putting tokens for Salt the Earth, I will put one behind a piece of blocking terrain. So there's one behind each of these towers. The reason being is that I tend to take armies with small chaff. So these gargoyles are small chaff. And I will then put a gargoyle on that token. The reason being that I don't want... I want him to chase that down, because he's going to be spending as much resource as possible to chase down a unit of gargoyles. And as long as they don't get lightning bolted off, which if you position them correctly, they won't, they can then sit on that token all game, A, or B, they can burn that the moment an enemy comes nearby and just fly off and sit on something else. So it's a nice tactic for Salt the Earth. It's if you've got a low value unit, just stick it on a token at the back and leave it there. Leave it there. So that's the scenario. Let's take a look at deployment.
All right, we have deployed. So I won sides, and just to say where I've done the tokens in the voiceover, it's fine. So for my army, we have gargoyles behind a building here. I'm sitting on a token. We have a regiment of butchers with one of the impalers behind them. Regiment of butchers with that unpainted skeleton is a soulbane. That little wizard is actually a crone with wings because I haven't painted those yet, and those are some more impalers. And they were all hiding from his war engines, which he's then deployed somewhere else entirely. There is the essential token, and the token is there. And over here we have sharpness horses, caterpillar horses. That's Mikael. There is the crone on a horse and some more gargoyles. That is 2,000 points of Twilight Kin. And then, Russ, what have we got facing them?
We've got the sniffs.
Not sniffs.
The other ones. Flea bags.
Yes.
Flea bags, that's it. It's been a while. Flea bag regiment, king on chariot with reroll 1 miss. Flea bags, BSB with loot.
Right.
That's a sharp stick.
Yes.
Then we've got 3 rock lobbers. Horde of rabble, blaster, wing it with a spotter, another sharp stick thrower, trombone, BSB, rabble, blaster, war trombone. Oh, these mince mob.
And mince them up, giants with sharpness.
With +1 to hit. Yeah.
Jeez.
And then over here, because I've just got run out of space, is another
Rabble.
horde of rabble.
Come and sit on this little token which is here.
Probably, yeah.
Right then, let's get on with it.
And we are on to turn 1. So, I won turn 1 as well. One turn 1 as well as size, just as well really, considering I was playing a high-pointed army. So this is how I moved. Now I want you to think about what's Simon, that's definitely not his name, what Russell has done. So, as we deployed, so I deployed my gargoyles first over here, right? So they were down here on the thing, he didn't care about that. And then I kind of deployed my butchers and stuff here. So I was expecting him to put his war engines in this lake here for this firing line and this firing line, and maybe over here as well for this firing line and this firing line, right? Because that's what you'd think. Instead, he could see, because he's got so many drops, he was still dropping, you know, blasters and flagets when I was putting down my hammers, which are my abyssal horsemen, which are these models. I know they've got hydras in the middle of them. If you're looking at that going, that's a dragon, it's just because I didn't want to paint 10 horses, so I just put a hydra in the middle of them for laughs. I think they look pretty cool. So I'd put my horses over here because what I wanted to do was to get the horses onto a hill and charge off the hill, because that's always fun. Although I don't actually need it because he hasn't got anything below defense 4. So above defense 4, I mean. Oh wait, I guess he's got the mince mob. So there is that. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to get on the hill and charge into the mince mob, right? So instead of that, he saw my hammers were going to be here, and he's like that, all right. So he put all 3 of his big rock throws, which are the ignores covers guys, over here. And he's got one sharp stick thrower facing this way, and the other one facing this way. So that is very, very nasty. So basically, if I pop up onto this hill, I am going to get war engine off. It doesn't matter how badly you roll. If you've got 5 war engines, you are going, with blast D3 and D3 plus 1, you're going to do a lot of damage, especially with elite, which is what this wing it here gives. All right. So what I thought I would do was to be a bit canny. So I don't care if I want him to war engine my butchers, these butchers here, because they're stealthy, particularly this one that's in cover. So I've just shoved them forward with the impalers behind them. By all means, you know, he's only got, in fact, none of his war engines are facing this way. None of them. They're all facing on my horsemen, which is great. So I can push forward a little bit better. So the first thing I did was shove the gargoyles up onto the hill, because height 2 on height 3 gives me height 5, which is higher than my horses. And then that means I could put the horsemen, so these are my the red one is a sharpness horseman, onto the hill so they can see, right? So I'm touching the hill, but I'm not on it, which means I'm still height 3, but I can see over the hill. And his lines of sight, basically, I think one of his big rock throwers can see this horseman here, because I've moved this. Mikael went there as well, so he can also see, and he's got speed 9, right? So he's now got 18-inch threat range, and these other guys just shifted 4 inches sideways. So he's got one sharp stick and I think one big rock onto this back one. So the sharp stick is going to be with cover, and then the other war engines, all 3 of them over here, can only shoot gargoyles because the line of sight for everything misses my sharpness horses. Yeah. So I'm just using the terrain and my chaff to mean that he can't move forward now because he's going to get something. He's basically stuck here. He can put his flea bags all the way down this flank. However, I've got reasonable line of sight here, so I'm feeling pretty good about that because what this allows me to do is to effectively redeploy. Next turn I can go this way if I want to. He's gonna war engine off these gargoyles. They're just gonna die. But I can use Mikhail to chaff up here. Not that's a very good use of a 300 plus point unit or whatever he is. And then that allows me to move up in here because if you think about the strategy for this game, I've got so let's finish it elsewise. So everything else has moved up here, as said. So I've got my butchers up here on the hill, facing off. Really, the only thing that's scary in what he's got here is the I guess the water mode's a little scary, and that mincer mob, and he's got his blasters, but they can be dealt with because I've got so much chaff. And then my gargoyles have jumped onto this token here because it's sort of the earth. I can burn it, so I'm going to burn this token turn 1. And I'm going to do my very best to get back onto this token for the rest of the game. So this rabble horde here is now useless. It has to come into the game here, which is going to take ages because they've got a wood to wander through. So I've got a lot of time to mess on that right-hand side. So my plan with tokens is there is a token here still. I've kind of abandoned that. I kind of want to be able to get back onto that if I can. If not, I want to get rid of it, possibly with these horses, right? I want this token, which I think I'll be able to hold with the units I've got. I want the token in the middle, and I want this token, right? So out of the 6 that are left, he's going to have to come off something. Because he's got 1 here, he's got 1 here, and that's it, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, because I'm going to burn the other one, so he's only going to have 2. If he keeps something here and keeps something here, he's going to have 2. And you have to fight with this middle one. And I think I've got enough stuff to stop him. We're going to probably burn this one. We're going to keep this one, keep this one, keep this one, which means I can win 3-2. Right, that's my plan from the beginning. Anyway, my first thing I'm going to do is burn this token. So let's look at a little bit of video where I burn a token. How exciting.
All right, so that was my turn. So I've just moved, and I've talked about what I've done. And I haven't got any... spells or anything to do, but I am going to burn the token that's underneath this gargoyle unit. What? So that doesn't exist anymore. Burn with fire! So that goes. Yeah? It's your turn 1.
Okay, so on to Russell's turn 1. So he didn't move a lot, and I'll talk about why in a minute. So the first thing he did was move his flea bags forward. So this is a unit of flea bags. He didn't shove it down the side because I've got enough. This back unit of horsemen has still got enough kind of line of sight to attack him when he comes down. And he wanted to preserve his unit for as long as possible rather than just chucking it out, which is what I probably do because that's how I play. But what he's done is measured it. So this is outside of 16 from this unit, from the corner, and it's outside of 18. So he's basically positioning himself so I can't charge anything next turn. He's pretty... Oh, I forgot I moved something. I'm so sorry. I didn't tell you about what I did with my crones. So I've got a crone here sitting behind the horse. This is the one on the boots. And the winged one I flew up behind this house. I didn't tell you last turn. So she's flown up here from wherever the hell I put her. I think I put her here initially. And I've flown her behind this house because the line of sight has gone like that. So she can't be seen. She can't be reached, she can't be shot. So my plan with her is I'm going to jump her behind here and start getting rid of war engines with her Drain Life 9, right? So, apologies for not saying that earlier. So anyway, these flea bags here are outside of charge range of everything. He's then moved his king over, so his king has got speed 9, so another 18-inch charge, but also he can shoot because he wants to be focusing his fire. This is his wing it. He's behind the house. I've taken a close-up shot in a minute, so I'll show you in a minute. He's moved that because he wants to use the spotter attack. And then this sharp stick thrower had nothing to shoot at because of the way I positioned myself. He couldn't even see, I think, the gargoyle unit. So he's just turned it because he's realised there's stuff coming here and he can use that to pip damage onto stuff over here. This central stuff, I don't think moved at all. He just left it there because it was outside of 12. I think he might have shoved it back, like marginally, to be outside of 12 from the butchers. So they're just going to sit there. And of course these goblins just moved up because there's nothing for them to do now. So that was Russell's turn. So let's look at those close-ups, so just so you can see where he is. So this is a close-up where the war engines are. So he has got sharp stick and 3 big rock throwers. And he's basically kept this rabble unit to screen them for as long as possible, because he has got a blaster here that he can shove in when he wants to. But he wants to get as many value turns out of these war. He's invested in war engines here. Over-invested. So he has invested. He wants to get as many value turns as he can. So he wants to be shooting with them every turn to ensure he starts taking units off. I've only offered him really a gargoyle troop. So these guys on these side, there's 2 of them that can shoot at a horseman unit, but 1 with cover, 1 ignores cover. They're not going to do anything, and I regen. So I've tried to limit his ability to shoot. He wants to maximize his ability to shoot because that's what his army is keyed around. So the combination of the wing it and these 4 is what he's hoping will take them down. He's also got shooting from here, but basically the majority of his shooting is going to be shooting at an 85-point gargoyle unit this turn. So that's I'm happy with that. And then just a bit of a close-up so you can see some of the positioning on this side. Essentially, that's my Soul Bane, which I've got to tell you about as well. I'm doing my job very well. It's been a while. It's my problem. So he can't shoot this turn, but he has got shots now with that next turn. And he's going to want to be bringing these, what are they called? War Trombones into play. So they've got a 17-inch effective range. They can start shooting at this stuff from next turn, right? But this turn, I've tried my best to nullify a turn's worth of shooting. So let's have a look at the shooting.
Right, we have done turn 1 for the filthy goblins, and they are filthy.
So we'll start with some shooting. So it's 7.
So the Goblin King?
7 shots from the Goblin King onto the gargoyles.
Okay.
Hits on 4s.
He's hit 2.
2 hits and 3s. 2 wounds.
Okay.
Then we'll have
I'll optimistically put them on, given they're going to get rock lobbered off now.
3. It was 2 of the rock lubbers could see him, wasn't it? And 1 could get a cheeky shot down there. So
Correct.
2 rock lubbers, 2 shots each.
5s?
Elite from the...
Yeah. Wing it. Nope.
So it's 1 hit.
D3? What is it? Oof.
Is it D3 plus...
We know our lists, right?
I'm not...
Rock lobbers. Oh, big rock thrower. D3 plus 1. So 2 hits, piercing 3. So 2s. 2 more.
Let's
That's a
do...
4.
Let's do a spear chucker on them as well, just to make sure.
On these ones as well?
Yeah, he says, as they both miss.
Oh.
No, they might hit them today. Sorry, guys.
Sharp stick thrower is hitting on 4s.
It is.
2 hits.
Cheeky.
D3, blast D3.
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
3
Another
wins.
3, I would have thought.
So this one's 7. They're an 8-10.
I'm happy with that, and then we'll have 1 rock lobber on the horses at the back.
Yeah. Couldn't quite get out of line of sight.
And they both miss.
Both miss. Lovely.
Okay, so that's that bit done. This one turned round, so you can't shoot. And there's not a lot else in range.
Been a while since I filmed, so apologies for my shaky hand syndrome.
So it looks like we've just got the 1.
No, so 8-10. And again. And they are gone. Gargoyles are destroyed. No one is surprised.
Happy days.
So now we have, so he's positioned, these units are all out of charge of my little sharpness horses. Yeah, let's see.
It should be, that's the intention, yeah.
Right then. Off we go, turn 2.
That's it, turn 2. No.
And we're on to turn 2. So, I've lost the gargoyles, which is not unexpected. It's kind of where I wanted to be, but I had expected him to push forward a bit more so I could actually do something useful. So, I'm in a bit of a pickle. So, don't forget, my strategy against this war engine list is to just restrict his ability to shoot me. Right, 1 less turn of shooting from his war engines is 1 more turn I have to get into the right position to charge him. So, the first thing I did was move my most valuable unit, which is this sharpness Abyssal Horseman, off the hill. essentially he now cannot shoot me with any of his war engines because I'm behind a hill. So I've kind of restricted all of this shooting here, all of this shooting from doing anything useful for another turn. Well, it's good, considering the only valuable unit he shot he missed last turn. So Mikhail's come over here. So again, what I'm offering is threat, and it's not enough. That this is actually a mistake from me, because his threat range is like this. It's actually to about here, 18 inches, and he's got flea bags that can move 10. So I've left from here. All of this is now unguarded, and I've left a token here. So he can now shoot these flea bags down here and sit on this token the entire game. That's not great. However, I've done it. And then I moved this crone up here, so she's the 18-inch boots levitation crone, just to be out of range of shooting, because I want her to start draining things from next turn. However, these guys have now, so I'm booking it away from this turn. So I've moved these horsemen over here, because what I want to do is to dominate the center. Don't forget, I don't care about this token now, so forget that. What I want to do, I want to keep this token wherever it is, this token wherever it is, and I'm going to have to win this token now, right? Because if he gets 1, 2, this one is not certain. This one is mine. So I need to win in the center. So I need to bring the horseman over, and also it keeps them out. So shooting range. So blah 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 blah. Talk about that. The crone, I'll show you this. Oh no, I won't show you because I didn't take a picture. But the crone that was here has simply flown over here because the winglet is here. If we skip back, actually, here, right, perfect. So you can see the line of sight for this sharp stick thrower is across here, like that. The winglet's line of sight is here. This blaster's line of sight is here, right? That means I put her here. And she flew from here, where you can see her, up into that space here. And I'm going to drain. I think I drained the winglet. I might drain the blaster. I can't remember. Let's find out. How exciting! I put her there because she's out of line of sight. You know, he hasn't got any lightning bolt. So he's going to be, she's stealthy and individual, so hitting on 6s, it's not going to kill her, I think, because she's a decent nerve character. So, and then my melee block moved forward, so what I've managed to do, by him not advancing in, I've now got a decent line of decent chaff with all my units behind them. Soulbane's still there, inspiring all of this, right? And the gargoyles I've moved sideways, and what I really wanted to, I've moved them and turned them so they're facing this way, because I want him to feel threatened, so these rabble don't come in to start causing me problems a little bit early. Really, they're not very threatening in the flank. And the rear a little bit more threatening, but what I really want to do with them is just put them here and keep them there, keep them alive. So yeah, that was my turn 2.
That's it. Good. So we have got some shooting. So excited! I am going to. So all these guys have run away because I'm a coward. They've run away. These haven't run away. We're not cowards here. However, my little sorceress down here is an inch away from the winglet. He's going to drain. We'll drain the winglet. What's defense? Is it defense 5 the winglet?
Defense
6. Shut up.
Defense was 4 probably.
It's defense 4. All right, so we drain life 9 on a winglet. So 9, 4 on 4s. It's all of them. That's good.
Cheeky.
And then 3s because it's pierce. 1. Whoops, we got that. 2, 4 wounds.
So I'll put a 4 next to it.
And nerve, 13, 15, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's alright.
Yeah! Get another turn of...
Yeah, another turn of...
There's nothing to shoot now.
No shooting because I've run away. You'll go.
Right.
Okie dokie, Goblin turn 2. So the first thing that Russ did was to take advantage of my mistake by shoving these flea bags down the flank. So don't forget, 20 inches of charge now. He can charge all the way here. Both of these units are looking a threat from that. He's also sitting on a token. So actually, kind of, I want him to come this way. I don't want him to think about this token and sitting on it for the rest of the game. Then the other flea bags moved down and moved across, so he's now offering charge lanes across here and here, so that's pretty cool. and everything turned this way. So that's the king at the top, and all 4 war engines are there, just kind of turned to angle. So now he's offering. Think about firing lines. It's actually not a great firing line. Excuse me. Drawing there down here. There is a better firing line down here because he can see that it's going to happen. These are going to come in here because what he's done with everything else is move it backwards. So he moved the wing it backwards just so he can see the crone that's been trying to shoot him, and move these rabble forward so he's screening. So he knows that I can't get past him, and he's screening for his war engines that he wants to keep shooting. And these guys have moved back. So what's going to happen? He's inviting me to charge. So he moved back so he could ensure a hindered charge onto that lake with his really scary hammer behind that. So even if they do die the rabble, then you're going to take, you've got a blaster that moves up here as well. You've got a blaster and the whatever it's called, mincer mob, and all the time you've got war engines that are just chucking stuff at you across here. So this is pretty nice positioning. He's moved these guys sideways, so again he's offered hindered charges for both of them, with the 4th rabble horde kind of working its way through those trees. So yeah, that was Russell's turn 2. He's continuing to, given that I managed to nullify his shooting threat, he's effectively ensuring that he can continue to shoot me for the rest of the game, which is a bit vexing. So let's have a look at it.
Turn 2 for the goblins.
Right then, we're going to try and shoot your wizard. She's stealthy individual.
She is.
So I'm going to need 6s from the king. He gets 2.
Unbelievable.
And probably defense 4 or something.
She does 3 because she's on wings.
3. So she's got 2
wounds.
wounds there.
Oof.
Lovely stuff. And then I am going to use my Goblin Blaster's got 3 shots range. So I'm probably looking at, it's going to be halved, isn't it? I'm guessing you're half up.
They only hit on 5s normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so half round down.
Round down.
It's a what?
It's a 1. That's that, and that's that, that's that. This didn't turn. So it's going to shoot these guys. They've got 2 shots on 4s.
Stealthy, so 5s.
Both miss. And then these are out of range. That's out of range. These all turned. And that's it.
Okay, so this is... Summoner Crone, I think she's 9-11. Let me have a look. Summoner Crone is 11-13. She's inspired. Didn't capture that pose then. 7,
8, 9.
She's alright. She's 11-13.
Ah. That was Usain Bolt, isn't it?
Yeah. Got a lot of light behind you, so we didn't see the beauty of that pose. That's it then. So turn 3. Admire my territory. Terrain.
And we are into turn 3. So how do I respond? So one of the things I forgot to say last turn over here was that he'd looked at, because my gargoyles were here, right, when he moved these rabble up, and he kind of said, I'm not actually that scared of a flank charge, so he didn't fall for my little trap with the gargoyles. Because if you think about it, you think, oh, it's double attacks and everything. Gargoyles hit on 4s, there's no crushing or anything, so a rabble horde is defense 4. 20 attacks on 4s and 4s, you're averaging about 5 wounds, and on 19-21 unit, it's worthless, right? They're pointless. So, and then you just turn around and murder them back because they're an 8-10, so smart move. So what did I do? So by forcing him to turn his war engines and kind of redeploy all his strength, I can now move my sharpness knights forwards because they are not scared. So I think last turn I said, so this one that moved down here, it didn't turn because it had to turn slightly this way to get past the wall, right? So it's actually facing down here. So what that means is that I can move my sharpness knights up, and all they've got is this Fleabag regiment, which is going to be hindered because I've positioned them so they'd be hitting a wall. I am not scared of that because I've also put Mikhail into the rabble horde. So he's dash 16. He can take a charge. He'd have, it's not a flank, is it? Because he's an individual. But Fleabags across a wall is not scary. So he's okay there. So I've got myself into a reasonable position. I've also shoved my Summoner Crone. Don't forget she can move 18 and drain. She's come out of line of sight of everything to try and... She only drain life 6, but Fleabags have only got a 12-14 nerve. So a decent roll, you can waver them or even kill them. Similarly, these guys have now moved up to kind of join this combat groups up here. So I want to try and get them in here because the hill, this hill here... means that these guys can't see them. These guys are obviously facing the wrong way, so I've got a turn there to kind of move them up next turn, so we'll see how that goes. Then he was out of range, so he'd move back, but I couldn't attack, so these butchers kind of played him at his own game. I think he thought that he'd move within their charge range, hoping I would charge him. Instead, I'm saying, fine, you can charge me. I am slightly worried, and this is a mistake actually, because what I forgot was there's a blaster here that can see them. Right, so the blaster can see them. Also, the sharpness dude can see them. Oh, there's an erroneous arrow here. I do apologise. The sharpness mincer mob could see them. So theoretically, he could put rabble, mincer mob, blaster, and I'd be facing. And then these guys, even off a hill, aren't really going to kill a defense 6 unit. So that wouldn't be fun. Anyway, so I've moved them up. The other butchers have gone into this rabble. They took this hindered charge because don't care. Oh, actually, I think it wasn't hindered. That's kind of funny. He moved it onto the wall, but Butcher Regiment is so short that actually I'm not on the wall when I attacked, although I am offering my flank to a bunch of nasty stuff. And then I've got these guys up here, so outside of 10, so this is about 10.5, I think, up to there. So I'm hoping to get my impalers into at least double charge something so that I can take something off next turn. And then I move my gargoyles back here because what I want him to do is to move the rabble forward, because while a flank charge isn't much to worry about, a rear charge is a different matter. Okay. So yeah, that was my turn 3.
Yep.
Turn 3. So we've got some exciting combat. Yeah. So my little drain life lad is out of charge. I forgot to ask you to check, but she's out of charge of your little chariot lad.
Okie doke.
And I'm just gonna drain the front rock lobber.
Yeah.
So 4s and 3s, I assume.
Yeah, I thought rock lobber's probably defense 4.
That's defense 4, yeah. So 4s and 3s. Here we go. That's an excellent roll. And then 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she'll heal herself.
There we go.
She will heal herself. And she's going to drain life your, whatever they're called.
Flea bags?
Flea bags, yeah. So she's got 6, 2, 4, 6. Oops. So 4s and 3s again. Ooh, not as good.
Good.
None.
Brilliant.
Good job, everyone. Well done. And then that's it. The shooting. But it was very exciting for me. So, Nerf on your rock lobber. On your big rock for 9-11.
9-11. Probably go, I'd imagine.
So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wavered.
I'll take that. Better than dead.
I'll take that as well, because it means you can't shoot me. There you go, I'll pick the little wavered thing. Oh, and then we've got Mikhail in the front of a rabble. So 6 dice. 3s and 2s. Yep, so 4 hits. And 3 wounds.
I'll put a dice there in a second.
They're a 1921. So that's fine. And then over here we've got, what's the names?
These are
Butchers.
Butchers into some rabble.
So crush 2, so 9 on 4s and 2s.
Managed to, did you? No, you'd have missed the wall.
Yeah. So they're here on 4s and 2s. 2, 4, 5. I haven't got any spiral in it, which is slightly worrying. 5 and double 1. Perfect. We love a double 1.
Get that out of the way.
That's it. Your turn 3.
Okie doke.
So, Goblin turn 3. Interesting turn. So, the Goblin King has decided to devote himself to hunting down my little sorceress, which I'm cool with actually, because he's kind of expensive for a Goblin unit. I think actually my crone might be more expensive because she's got those wings on her. So, probably a fair trade. I don't think he's going to hurt her particularly. However, so on this side, don't forget, he had a Fleabag unit here, Fleabag unit here, right? And I kind of wanted him to try and charge my horses. Instead, he decided he wasn't going to. So this Fleabag unit turned and moved onto the hill, so now it can see all the way across. 20-inch charge is very, very threatening down here. And he kind of swapped positions, so the other one just kind of went through my little yielding sorceress to take the other place. So still facing the wrong way, but down there. So he kind of said, you know, I'm not interested in fighting your sharpness cavalry, which I understand. It is very understandable. He has offered given me a charge, so you know there are charges I can make. So probably we tried. I don't think I can charge this rock lobber. I can charge this spear chucking thing, whatever it is. But so the rabble have gone back into Mikhail, and the blaster has moved across. So whatever comes, if I do bring my sharpness cav around here, they are going to get a blaster, which is not pleasant. He's moved these rabble back, so he's not engaging. Which is very rude, frankly. But the reason he's moved those back is, A, don't forget, he is going to get a turn of shooting this turn. And what he shoots at is his choice. I think this back rock lobber can see this cavalry. This front rock lobber can't see the cavalry. And the third rock lobber can see them, It's going to be unpleasant for me. So by moving those rabble back, the blaster that I didn't spot has gone into the flank of my butchers, and is probably going to murderize them. Then these have also moved back, so say you, okay, I didn't give you the hindered charge last turn, have a hindered charge this turn. But he's going to get double charge this turn, which is going to be not very pleasant because I'm off a hill. And he's kind of shuffled these guys forward, so they're within charge now, but he's not offering a rear to those gargoyles yet. So I'd have to wait another turn if I wanted to rear charge him, and to do that I'd be abandoning this token, which is what I want to do with him. So just give you an idea of what it looks like over here. So this is where the blaster is covering over here. We've got spear, chucker, whatever it's called. Can't remember. You've got a wavered one, can't do anything. And you've got two rock lobbers, big rock throwers, offering some damage over there. Plus we've still got the king in the middle here, so that's how it looks. So you can see my Soulbane is still hanging around for a bit of dread and inspiring, but these guys are very, very vulnerable sitting on a big hill. So yeah, that's turn 3. Let's have a look at it.
Right, Goblins, it's turn 3 for you.
Right then, Wingit is going to elite, or whatever it is on there.
On these sharpness
I've
horses,
got
yeah.
2 that can shoot it, just about.
2 rock lobbers.
So 2 rock lobbers, and they get 3 hits. It was D3 plus 1, I think we said.
Correct.
So they've rolled hot, so they're burnt out. So let's change the dice.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3,
4
4
hits.
5, 6, 7 with the pluses.
Yep.
5, 6, 7. Probably anything.
Piercing 3. It's piercing 3, so 2s, yeah. 1, 2, 5 hits, 5 wounds.
4, 5, yeah. It's better than nothing.
Oof. Okay, 5 wounds on the sharpness horses.
That's them done. He couldn't see anything. King on chariot is going to try and shoot the annoying wizard again.
6s.
Nothing.
No.
It rolled off the hill. Does that count?
No.
You clearly hadn't stopped moving there,
Yeah,
hadn't
okay, I'll let you have the one. Go on, you can have one.
And it didn't win anyway.
There you go. See how nice I am?
Yeah. This is going to shoot into here.
Yep, sharp 6 into the here.
On 4s. 1 hit, D3.
3. Yep. 2 wounds.
That's most of this done. Any more shooting? We've got 2 war trombones into whatever these guys were called. That's 20 shots, isn't it? 5.
Into these guys.
Yep.
So they're stealthy. So
10.
5s.
5s will take it. Actually, aren't they going to be in
cover?
cover?
Oh no, cover as well, so 6s.
1, 2. 1 wound.
1 wound.
And then we've got... What have we got? We've got not a huge amount of combat, if we're being honest.
It's onto these butchers here.
We've got 3 attacks from the blaster in the flank. So, let's just check. I'm pretty sure it hits on 4s. Bear with me. And the best's gone.
No, they also I've got it here.
You can always edit it.
Goblin blaster. So you 3 attacks, blast D6, crush 3.
Hits on 3s, isn't it?
Hits on 3s.
Ooh,
6
it was worth
attacks.
checking then. It was worth checking.
6 attacks on 3s.
Not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then blast. So 2s. Blast D6. 4 hits plus D6.
12, 19. So I've got 20 dice, so I'll just take 1 out. Anything but, probably, I would have thought.
Crush 3. By piercing, yeah, crush 3. How many is that?
A lot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Just double 1. And they're not inspired.
We'll start out sequence, but we'll do that later.
No, plus is melee attack, not shooting. It's melee. You haven't got any nerves for your melee, for your shooting.
Yeah.
Oops, just do them now. So nerve on these guys. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're okay. So 13. They're 14, 16.
Wisdom here.
These guys.
The 2 there.
Double 1. Another double 1.
So that's fine. They are dead.
I'm happy about that because they're not
He's
inspired.
obviously blowing up.
Yeah, these
And
are
then all
gone.
we've got to do is 25 attacks on him.
That little Soulbane's looking a little bit. Well, I'm unpainted. I'm from the wrong army and I'm standing in the middle of the field.
So 20 dice here.
These guys.
Hitting on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. 1, 2. That's not great, but I'm not expecting to do a lot anyway.
Defense 5. 1 wound.
2.
2 wounds on Mikael, Lord of the Damned.
And we will have a nothing.
Fine. I ran out of wind. I left my wind counters upstairs. Oh, there's one. So that's on Mikael over here. Sorry, very poor camera work. I apologise.
Okay,
Oh, his iron resolved down to 1. So there you go.
Worth it. There you go.
Lovely. Well then, my turn 4.
Have to gap here, but hey ho. No, I put them out, didn't I?
You did. So there is turn 4. You happy how it's going? It's like a half-time match report. How do you feel?
It's nice just to be playing a game again. It's been about 3 or 4 months. So, well, I would say I don't know the stats, but I didn't know any of the stats before.
Alright, so we're into turn 4, halfway through. So, on this left-hand side, I had a number of options. But the first thing I did was just to kind of... This Summoner Crone, actually, I think I kind of wasted her, but I just got in my head that Fleabags are 12, 14, right? So a lucky roll means a waiver, or just putting some damage on it. And I'm aware that next turn, right, they are coming in. So they are, I've put, I'll show you in a minute, but I've turned these guys around, so I'm going to expect a charge. So I want to use this Summoner Chrome here to get some damage on. So did that, and then Mikael. So I put a simple arrow here, but actually it was a nimble charge. There's a number of war engines here, right, that he can see because he's height 3, and this is a height 2 rabble. So by withdrawing an inch and using his free turn, he can get to about here and still see things. He couldn't see the second war engine, which is unfortunate, but he could see the first one. So that allowed him to nimble turn and come in here. Because what I wanted was for the sharpness ones. I actually wanted the sharpness ones to come in here. And they had, theoretically, if there was more board, they could have done it. So only at 1 turn, but coming straight down here, they missed the spear chuck, or bolt thrower, whatever it's called. And then they could have come in here with a 90-degree turn, but there wasn't enough board space for them to do it. So instead, I went into the spear, whatever it's called, the bolt thrower thing. Bearing in mind, there is a blaster here. Right? So I'm going to take a charge, but I figured it's probably worth it to get rid of 2 of these war engines, put myself in a place where I'm right in his back lines, and they're not a threat anymore. So then, as I said, this horseman turned round, ready to face these guys. The flea bags here that you can't see are facing that way. That's not an issue. These flea bags can charge me, but it's going to be a hindered charge into this woods, and I am not bothered by that. So then, so these impalers went into this rabble, and the Soulbane went into the whatever it's called, more thingy, mincer mob. So he's going to hold them up probably for a turn before he gets absolutely, destroyed. And all I'm really hoping is that I can kill one or both of the rabble in time for him to die, and then my impalers can try and take care of him, because while the mincer mob is terrifying at defense 6, doesn't have a massive nerve. Doesn't have a massive, I think it's dash 14, dash 16, something like that. So a combined charge hopefully should take care of that. So then the gargoyles moved around here because I didn't take the flank charge again for the same reason, but a rear charge next turn would be very good, or I can go sit on the token, and then I'm multi-charged here. So this mincer mob is going to get, not mincer mob, rabble is going to get hopefully taken off by the Impalers and the Butchers in 1, which allows me then to turn 1. So the Butchers can turn kind of this way to face this rabble, and the Impalers can turn face this way to, oh, that's the backwards arrow, that way, to face the Mince Mob. So that was my go. Let's have a look. Oh wait, I forgot I took some close-ups. So that's just showing you where I've put the Summoner Crone. So she's out of sight of everyone, apart from that Standard Bearer. And then over here, right. So I've still got my Flying Dude. Right, so I forgot about to tell you where she went. So you can see here how I've charged round and into this Bolt Thrower here with the Sharpness horses. Mikhail has come into this middle big rock thrower because this one is wavered. Oh, it's not wavered anymore. It was wavered last turn. It's not wavered this time. So I put Mikhail into there. I'm kind of hoping that he'll put the blaster into Mikhail instead of my Sharpness horses, but that's not going to happen. And then I've flown the other Summoner Crone who was here, so he could charge me next turn. So I've put her with the wings here. And the plan is to drain life the blaster, I think, to try and kill it so that it doesn't go into... It's only dash 10 nerve and she's drain life 9. So theoretically I might be able to do something cool, but we shall see. And then, yeah, that's just showing you the charges over here, a little bit close up. Yeah, that's it. So you've got your Soulbane here in your Mincer Mob. This is Impalers, Butchers. Alright, good. Now let's have a look.
Right. So whose wound is that? Mikhail's wound? Yeah.
Yep. I think it was on a 6, wasn't it?
Yep, so we regen 3 wounds off these horses. Oh, I did turn those around, didn't I? So first we're going to drain life on these, see if she can redeem herself after her sorry showing last time. So 6 on 4 and 3. Oh, she's done 3 hits this time, it's not bad. It's enough to kill a Fleabag fight.
Probably
1 wound.
1 wound, yeah. I've got the dice ready, we'll pop that on in a sec.
Okay. And then we're going to drain life the blaster.
Yep.
So 9.
She's hiding at the back.
And then that's 5 or just 4 blasters? That's 5.
Good lads.
4s and 4s. She has been on fire. 1.
Good.
Shit.
1 and 1 for her at the moment.
That's not good, is it? Is that what she... That is all my shooting. Right, so nerve on these lads. Fleabags.
14.
Fleabag riders are 12, 14. So a nice 11. No,
Nope.
right, they're fine. Blaster, so he's got dread. So that would be... So it counts as 2 wounds, dash 10. No, they're fine. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! That didn't go very well.
You'll be alright, you turn around and to be in the front.
Yeah, we'll see. You don't need that wavered anymore, do you? Because that is not wavered. So 1 wound to heal. So she'll heal the horseman down to 1. And she'll also heal the horseman just down to nothing. So they are fresh.
Right, combat. We'll start this end.
Okay, yep, so let's do the horseman into the war engine.
Tripled. Do you want to roll it or do you want us to do a nerve test? To be honest with
It's
you?
going to be 18, 54 wounds,
Just do a nerve
54
test.
on 3s.
I don't think I could bear it.
I'm not going to roll 54 dice. Here we go. And this inspiring?
I think I'm probably just out, but roll it just in case because I'm holding this. Yeah, that's fine. That was a 6 and a 4.
So that's 1. Well, yay! Such a muddle, I'm so sorry. We are washing our hands. We're not washing our hands, but we're going to wash our hands in a minute. So we're going to turn to take a blaster in the front.
Yeah.
Do not want. And then Mikhail on this one, so he's going to be 6, 12, 18 attacks. We better roll this one.
What's it, 3s and 2s?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well. You've got the dice, you've got big hands.
I do have big hands. He's elite.
I'm probably just out of inspiring again. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 wounds. Yeah, double 1. And again, just in case, I think I'm out. Yeah, we're dead.
That's 1 thingy gone.
Yeah, it's the middle one.
They're not individual, are they? So I can't overrun or anything.
No.
I didn't actually check whether your king's in or not.
We'll soon find out when I...
It's definitely in. So I'm going to I can't back up D3 because someone gets my own model. Whoops. Doesn't really matter. I guess we'll turn like that a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be fun to find out. Okay, over here, so we've got Impalers.
Into some rabble. They are in a swamp, thankfully.
So on 4s. So I've got 15 attacks. 4s crush 1. So 4s and 3s. I use my Scream Shard because I've got 2 to Life Leech. So Elite. And 3s. Oof. 2, 4, 6 wounds, and they Life Leech those.
Okay, put that down there, yeah. That's not too bad.
Oops.
19, 21, something like that. Yeah.
So fine.
6, that's fine.
So Soul Vein into your Mincer Mob. He's got 5 attacks on 3s. Elite. So that's 5 hits. Defense 6, so 5s. 3 wounds. So Mincer Mob with dash a million, right?
Dash
16.
16.
So can you kill him?
5,
15.
11.
No, you can't. Oh, he's got Dread. Yes, you can. Double 6 and
So
kill him.
just roll high. Well, don't roll high. No, that's fine. Double 2.
Okay.
And to this one.
Okay, so we've got an unhindered set of Impalers. Off a hill.
Off a hill, yeah.
So 3s and 2s with Elite. It's Elite. So 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds. And then hindered.
Yeah.
So 5s. 2, 4, 6, 8. And 2s, because they're crushed 2. One more.
One more. That puts him on to 14.
14.
I think.
14 and 8 is 20.
My BSB is hiding behind the other one, so they
they're
are gone.
We've killed a rabble! Yay!
And I think that's it.
So if you move, can you move them off? So I'll do the reform.
Yeah. There we go. So he's going to go to.
Like that.
Okay.
Because he could not be able to. He might be able to. No, he's not going to be able to get past because it's sort of a wide base. It depends if you can kill them
Nah.
in one go.
Wouldn't have thought so.
Anything else to do? Your turn 4.
Cup of coffee.
Alrighty, Goblin, turn 4. So, up here in the top left, so he's put the blaster into my horses, which is, there's nothing I can do about it. He may kill them. Yeah, that's it. Crush 3, 3 attacks, blast D6. Maximum 18 hits. Could be 3 hits, could be no hits. You never know. So, he's then moved the wing it back and put the king up. And the reason he's done that is because over here he's backed up his rabble. So rather than countercharge on 5s into my impalers, instead he's going to use what shooting he's got. Because don't forget over here he's still got this big rock thrower, which is fine. He's also got bombs from here. He's got this and yes. So that's one of his war trombones. I think that's all the shooting he's got left. No, he's also got another big rock thrower. So 1, 2 big rock throwers, a wing it, a king, and this. That's a lot into this 14, 16 units. So he's basically saying, I'm not going to fight you. I'm just going to blow you off the board, which is pretty sensible. And then down here in the left-hand corner, he's turned these flea bags around because 20 inches is far. He's decided not to take the hindered charge because he knows the counter charge would kill him. So he's just shoved these guys up and turned them. So now they're facing on the hill down towards, and I'm going to look at Fate taking a double charge onto those cavalry, which is less good. Don't forget there's a token underneath me here. And then, oh yes, so at the top, the Mincer Mob's gone into the Soul Bane, expecting him to die. And then rather than take the hindered charge into my butchers, which would be dumb, he's quite sensibly just moved them forward. So he's going to have to, they're potentially, I'm going to recharge him with gargoyles. Yeah, so that was Russell's turn 4. Let's see how it went. Oh, I took some more pictures. So just to give you an idea, this gives a bit of a clearer picture for you, doesn't it, really? So you've still got this sharp stick throw. I forgot about this one. So he's got 1, 2, 3 war engines actually facing down. Didn't I kill one? I guess I didn't kill one. Oh, I wavered it before, didn't I? Rubbish. So they're all facing down here at that impaler. Yeah, that's just showing in the mid. Oh yeah, so that's showing the flea bags. So we've got 1 and 2 flea bags now looking at those horses. So this is really sensible. Rather than taking the charges you're offered, creating new threats, being patient with your charges, I think is a really very sensible tactic. It's very hard to do. And then over here, that's just showing. So now I've got my butchers facing nothing over here. The impalers are facing off against this mincer, but also against this rabble. So that's good for me. Yeah, that's it. Let's have a look.
Right then.
Hand washing and a new cup of coffee in hand. What are we doing first?
Shooting, a little bit shooting. So I'm going to do elite onto here, onto there. For these guys.
So 2 rock lobbers and a bolt thrower onto them, yeah? Or is it 1 rock lobber?
It was 2, wasn't it?
2 rock lobbers and a bolt thrower
onto them. Over it. 2 rock lobbers and a bolt thrower.
The bolt thrower, what height's that lake? Flat, I guess, isn't it? I'm not in it, so.
Bolt thrower is orange.
Okay. Bolt thrower is 1 hit. Elites. Don't forget your elites. So cocked. Shit.
So D3.
Bolt throwers are orange, so they are
1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 8 hits. 2s.
6.
6 wounds.
6 wounds.
Okay.
And then we'll have 7 shots from the king who can see them, but I'll probably say, right, yeah, so it's going to be 5s. Didn't roll any 4s anyway. 3s maybe, is it? Not that.
Is he piercing 1?
No.
So just defense 4.
So
no hits.
We've got blaster.
What
Clear
blaster?
shot from a blaster.
Where are they?
From here. Not blaster.
That's a
War
combo.
combo.
Is it piercing 1?
It is piercing 1.
So 3s. 1 more.
And then hopefully the other one will do a bit
7.
better. You're going to cover from this one, shooting over there.
I can't see them. Can't see it.
Although your models are taller, they're not actually. So that is probably all of my shooting. So we'll have a cheeky little nerve test.
I think impalers. I think they're 14, 16.
10.
10, 17. So again, inspired by the Soulbane. Sorry. 9. So is that 16? 9 and 7 is 16. So they come.
Yes! Kill something.
Nice. That's unfortunate for me. I'd like to point out the amount of effort it takes to paint these many bloody red spikes on these for them to just get shot off. Anyway.
That is my shooting. So we'll have a blaster in the front.
Got it.
Over here, sitting on 3s because we checked it earlier. They all hit. Blasty 6. 6, 11, 12, 13.
13 hits.
So orange and yellow is 10 plus 3. Blast, it was like a lot, wasn't it? 1s won't probably do anything.
It's crushing 3.
To anything but.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 9, so it's 10 with brutal.
10, 9, even.
And again, because of Mikhail's inspired.
Oh, come on.
6 and 9 is 15, and there are 14, 16, so they're wavered.
Better than nothing.
I say they've got Fury, that's great, except that it's just blown itself up, so it disappears. Well, they're not in a terrible place. I suppose these guys could charge them next turn if they can see. Might not be able to see.
Any more, that. Oh, this just Mincer Mob is 24 plus D6.
Is it? Good God.
It's something ridiculous.
It's D6 plus 21.
21, so it was close. So 21, 25, 26, 26. 20 dice.
Crush
Hitting
one.
on, hitting on
Forward.
fours normally, but plus 1 because I gave him that mad
Sharpness, yeah.
All them ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's it.
What was those for?
Because I had only got 20 dice.
Oh, I see. Right, sorry.
I just
What?
keep
Is he
rolling.
elite?
3s, wasn't it?
Yeah, face. Yeah, him face. Yeah. There's one in the woods. What's that?
It's a 1. 6. It's a 6. Because the bottom one's 1. There you go. So. Christian 1. Strength 5 probably.
Yeah. So forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not great.
6 wounds. A soul bane. He says. I should know. Reaching for the old book. Is 6 wounds. He is a 13-15.
So he's alright.
Hooray! Lads.
And
Unbelievable.
that's it. Pretty sure that's it.
Right then.
Turn 5.
Turn 5.
Okie dokie. So first of all, I'm really sorry about the camera work in that last bit. Who knows? But you got some lovely close-ups of the scenery, and kind of you can almost see the dice. So sorry about that. Hopefully the camera work will improve. I'm not sure what I was doing there. So turn 5. Right. I need to clean up now because let's take stock of where the tokens are. We have a token here, and you can see I've left it there, which is Oh, I forgot to mention. Russell burned the token that was over here. You know, I was saying he could just sit on that with these flea bags. He burned it. And I was thinking, you probably shouldn't do that because I can't get that token back. Anyway, he did. There's the central one. There is one here, and there is one here, underneath Mincer, and then there is one down here. So let's and there's one here behind the house as well. So let's have a look at what I do. So I turn my wavered horses so that at least these flea bags are in the front and they'll be hindered over that wall. And then I move this crone over here, so I'm going to drain this injured war engine to get rid of it. You can't see him, but Mikhail's gone into the other war engine. He's gone to the sharp stick thrower that's behind here. So I just want to clear up this war engine. The last thing I want is I turn 6 to get my stuff bombed off. The summoner crone's come up here, so she is going to, I think, continue her campaign of draining against these flea bags, just to please try and kill them. And then I've moved these horsemen back. So I didn't want to take a double charge from the flea bag, so instead I've elected to take what I feel is a single charge. It is not a single charge. That is my complete mistake. So they can't see, right, at all here. So I have a front here from the flea bags. I've forgotten about the wing it. So I've got flank from the wing it. And I just didn't even think to measure these the rabble on the hill. So I'm actually put myself in a position for a triple charge, which was dumb. But there you go. So I flanked the rabble with my impalers, which is pretty high risk because all I've got holding off this, I have to kill them because all I've got holding off the Mincer mob is my Soulbane, who's wounded already. So I have to kill them and then turn, otherwise he can kill my Soulbane and overrun, just utterly destroying my unit strength there. And then I move the butchers up here to try and add some ending. So the plan there with the butchers is to get them to this token. Last turn, I should have burned this token. I didn't, and that was a mistake. Huge mistake for me in this game. So I've moved the gargoyles down here, so I've got one token there. These guys being wavered is bad, because I very much wanted this token. And now I've got one less turn to kill this rabble. So that token is at risk. That one's gone. We don't care about that one. That one we went ages ago. This one I should have burned, which meant I would have had 1 and 2, and then he's fighting for 1 and 2. Right? So, mistakes were made. Let's see how it goes.
Right then, so drain life. I'm going to drain life flea bags. Drain life 6 from her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4s. 3 hits. 3s. 1.
Good.
2. There you go. It's already there.
Okay, cool.
And then we heal these guys. So it's an 18-inch range for heal. Yep. It's the first special here. And she's going to drain this war engine with 4. Drain life 9. So 4s and 3s. I think they're 4, aren't they?
Yeah.
Big rocks. Yeah.
So they're on 4 wounds already.
That was in the front. 3s. All 5.
So that's 9.
So heal another 5 off them, so they're down to 1 wound.
Needed to pop them.
That's it for shooting. So this one with dread as well. So it's gone. And then these guys, no dread, but inspired. So they're fine. 7. Just die!
And then we've got combat here in the flank.
Well, let's do. Well, Mikhail here is 18 attacks.
Are you going to do it again, are you?
18 attacks on 3s and 2s. Elite. It's a lot of points to be putting into war engines, me. Yeah, he's 280 points, isn't it ridiculous? 2s.
We're looking at probably 9, 11,
2,
aren't they?
4, 6, 8, 10, 11, and your bolt thrower is
8, 10,
9, 11.
9, 11.
With dread as well, so the 1s. It's not inspired.
It's not inspired, it is dead.
Okay. So it's intuition, don't care what I do. Oh, he doesn't have life leech or anything. Okay. We're running out of war engines, which is good. No combat here, so
In the flank.
30 attacks. I've only got 20 dice here, so I'll roll them again. On 3s.
I'm on 6 wounds already, so you should be able to pop these.
Elite. Taking out my 2s. And crush 1, so 3s.
Yep. How many we're looking at?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Not great.
9 and 6, so 15.
19, 21. Got a BSB hiding behind them. That is a 2 and a
18.
1.
So they're okay. Ah, dread. 19, wavered.
Okay.
Okay.
They're not dead. I was expecting them to be dead, to be honest with you.
There you go.
Yep. Happy days.
It's actually, you can flank me with your sharpness thing.
Yeah, that's good. It's all good.
Okay, so let's do the soulbane into him then.
Oh, yeah, I've got him hidden in amongst all that.
So 3s and 5s.
Yep.
On his 3 wounds. Ellie. 3 hits. 1 wound.
1 wound.
Puts
I'm
him
on
onto
3, so
4.
I'm 4 dash
16.
dash 16, so 4, so decent enough roll.
11 to kill twice.
No, double 4.
Oh no, I can't believe. So you're going to flank me.
I might not. If you hadn't have pointed it out, I might not have seen it. So it's all your fault.
Let's see if you can. Let's see if you can. Is that it?
That's it.
It was going really well. Hang on, I didn't roll enough dice. I only rolled 20 dice.
What's this for on the goblins?
No, yeah. They've got 30 attacks because it's 15 twice.
I didn't think it was very good.
I've got another 10 dice. Okay, I feel better now. I thought, that's not right. Freeze. It's all of them as well, just to make it worse. 3s again. So we got them up to 19.
Yeah.
20, 22, 23, 24, 25,
Yeah,
so they're very dead.
And you didn't roll double ones, that's it, dead. Yeah, take those off.
So then I would. Oh, that's better, isn't it?
So they are gone. So they're just obviously just going to turn around, I would have thought. Yeah.
I think if I sidestep. Oh no, because then you'll go from my individual into me anyway. So I have to turn around like that.
Boom. There we go.
And I don't think you'll be able to, because you have to back and you shouldn't be able to get into me then. So if you can shoot me with what you've got
Probably
left.
what I'm going to do.
That's what I'd do. Yeah. How many unit strength is your Nixon thing?
It's not a true horse. It's probably 2.
Unit strength 2, and my impalers are unit strength.
Shall we? I might turn this off because they don't need to see this, do they?
I'm going to burn a token. It's very exciting. I'm
Oh,
using 3. I'm burning a token. So that token goes. And no one can burn that token because it's just sitting there. Oh, that's going to be crucial, that one. I should have burned that one. Go turn 5.
Right, so turn 5 for the Goblins. It's starting to fall apart for me a little bit because I didn't see that for a start. Not deleting that token was a hideous mistake because now I've got what I thought was a hindered single charge is a triple charge and 2 of them are flanked. It might not be that bad. I mean, Wingets aren't brilliant in combat 9 defense 5. The Rabble are hindered. So again, it's 6s and 5s. And the Fleabags are also hindered. So, you know, unfortunately he does have a second wave coming in. Plus, at the top of the board, this is going on. So we've got 2 Trombones and Kings moved up. And they're all going to shoot at my Impaler Regiment here. And, yeah. And these Fleabags, so just in case I do kill something on the counter charge, if I don't die, there's another regiment of Fleabags coming off the hill at me. And then, of course, the Mincer mob is going to finish off the Soulbane that they really should have killed last turn. So even if all that shooting doesn't kill these Impalers, he can just kill my, what's he called? I'm literally Soulbane, and then overrun into the front of them anyway. So I don't think they're very much for this world. All I've got kind of as my hopes, because not killing this rabble horde over here who are wavered is really bad, because I was really hoping I could kill them and turn like that-ish, so I could come onto this token here. As it is, I've lost this token. Whoops. I've lost this token. I can't get to that token. So I need this token in the middle. I've got this one down here. So I think Russell will get this one for 1. He'll get this one for 1. And then we're fighting over the one in the middle because I've got that one for 1. Yeah, so best I'm looking at is a draw now. Boo! Anyway, let's get on with it.
Right, we have checked stats. We are ready.
Right, a bit of shooting. 20 dice. We're going to have 20 War Trombones.
I forget these ones are going to be hindered because you turned and you're in the terrain. Didn't mention that then, did I? Because you've turned, you're in the terrain, you've moved within terrain. They get on 5s, they hit on 4s.
What?
Because that's the terrain rules. If you move within terrain space, you can't see space because it's so shaded.
I've read the rules.
If you move into terrain or move in terrain, it counts as.
Yeah, you are right, actually.
I wasn't going to tell you.
But I haven't actually read them. I haven't had enough time.
Yeah, he's not been busy. He's been really busy. He's been furloughed for 3 months.
So this is this one.
4s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, and 3s.
Ah, yeah, I might as well do them now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 wounds. Where's my dice tray? I have run out of dice trays now.
And 1, 2.
2 from everyone.
1 more.
So it's a 5.
It's not going to be enough. 1 rock clobber. Yep. Look. 2 hits. We checked it earlier.
Oh, is he in line of sight? They're not in line of sight.
We did check it. He's in.
Oh, across the base?
Yeah.
I believe you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They're completely not.
Are you sure? I swore I checked it. Or was that last turn?
It's just straight across the base, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easily in.
Oh.
Any individual should just block my sight.
Might delete that bit from the video.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 on 2. Here we go.
6. That's helped.
6. So let's put them on 6 and 5, 11.
Goblin King. Awesome. But you never know. 2 more.
13.
And I think that's it for shooting.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's a shame.
So we'll have.
Yeah, dead. And again.
Who's inspiring him?
Yeah, Soulbane. Still alive.
Oh, yeah, he's the whole guy that's hiding.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, still dead. Oh no, that's not good. Most of my army's going to get evaporated this turn.
That is it for shooting. So we'll have a bit of combat. We'll have the one that was crap last turn. So 21 attacks plus 5 is 26. 20 dice. So I've just got to roll 6 misses, hitting on 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 hits.
On 4s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have been better, couldn't it?
Right, good. He's on 12. He's a 13, 15. He's dead. And again. And he's dead. Well, he lasted 1 turn more than I thought he would, if I'm honest. So.
Happy days. I'll turn those around in a second. Next one's not going to do anything.
Hope not.
Slightly out of sequence. I'm just going to try and do a Bane chant. I do get it.
Who's Bane chanting them?
Not on them. This guy.
Oh, he's Bane
Do
chanting
it on
them.
them.
Oh, right, okay.
So 25 attacks on 5s.
5s and 5s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3.
3 wounds. They're on 4.
Just try and hold you up a bit, really. Yeah, everything.
Okay.
That's that bit done, and then we've got a big old scrap in the centre, but everything is hindered, so it's probably not going to do anything. So 25 attacks. Let's put some red dice.
Oh, this
in.
nonsense. Right, so we've got flea bags in the front, hindered. Rabble in the side, hindered, and an unhindered wingit in the flank. They haven't got a lot of nerve, so
25 on 6s though. Well, this is 50 on 6s.
50
sorry.
on 6s. So the first 25.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Do you want to resolve them and then?
Now I'll do more. 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That was a bit
What?
better.
11 total.
Yahtzee. $11
On 5s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my god. Hashtag UB Dice, everyone. This is 8 wounds from a rabble, hindered rabble, on a defense 5 unit.
So I've not used these before with the Maw Beasts, so they've got 14 attacks plus 6, I think it is, isn't it? So
I have no idea what more beasts do.
they get Crushing 1 and they get Thunderous 1, so I can basically do them all together.
They get crushing 1.
I'm pretty sure the Maw Beasts are plus 1.
A Maw Pup during melee grants
Maw Beast.
additional 6 attacks, resolve with crushing 1.
There you go, so do them all, because you do them all together.
So they.
They hit on 4s, don't
Oh,
they?
I see. So they've normally got.
So be 4s and. Be 5s and 4s for the whole unit.
I got it. Got you.
Yeah, 20 attacks. 5s and 4s now.
Okay.
Actually, does the Bane chant go off on the Musty?
You Bane taunted them, though, didn't you?
Yeah. But I've rolled really crap, so it didn't really matter too much anyway. So it's probably
4s.
Yeah,
So 1, 2.
1, 2.
Okay. So they're on 10.
And then the one that's hopefully going to seal the deal, which we checked his stats for a minute ago, is
3 attacks.
3 attacks, so it's doubled to 6, hits on 4s. And no bonuses, so it's going to be 5s.
No wounds.
Nothing.
So they're on 10, 10 wounds. They are a 14, 16.
They made hard work of that though.
7. So 17 is dead again.
Who's inspiring him?
The Summoner Crone. 5. So they are wavered.
So she's going to drain life everything and just get them all back.
And they've got Fury
Probably.
as well. So they can countercharge something. One of the.
So
Which unit do I want to countercharge? God.
that's unfortunate. I'd much rather have killed them.
I'm sure you would, my friend. I'll have to kill this Fleabags. Because I don't mind being flank charged. Oh, they did a lot of damage last time, but I can't kill them in one, can
I
I?
can't roll that hot again. 8 5s off 10 dice or whatever it was. It was stupid.
So there we go. Right, there, your turn 5. Is it finished?
That was my turn 5, yeah.
That is less bad. I've got more units alive than I thought I would, to be honest, on that. So On to turn 6.
All right, we are into turn 6, and I have spotted a glimmer of hope. This is where we are. So, don't forget where the tokens are. So there is a token here. There is the main token here. There's the one behind the tree, and there's the one down here. Right? There's only 4 tokens on the board. So I need to win 2 of them and knock him off 1 or 3. All right? So that's so. This is what I saw. So counter charge here. I need to kill here. These rabble need to die, and then I need to turn 7 so that I can turn my horses like this, and then on turn 7 I can come and get this token here. That is critical. I have moved my Summoner Chrome over here, and this actually I made a mistake here. I need to keep this. The other thing I need to do is need to keep this unit alive. So they're on 7 wounds, so I needed her to be within 18, and I messed around with her positioning. I don't know why. I think I initially had her here, and then I messed around and I've moved her outside of 18. She cannot heal that unit anymore. That is a big, big mistake. The other thing I did, I need to keep this Mincer mob out of my life. So I've sent in Mikhail. Now he's only used 6 attacks, but he's in the flank, so big shield doesn't count, so he's wounding on 2s. They've already got some wounds, so with a decent roll I might be able to take them out. That is another critical thing I need to do. And I've countercharged here, so I've countercharged with the horses into this. I will probably kill them, that's fine. I'm then going to take another charge here and another charge here. I could probably survive that so long as these butchers in the flank of these rabble kill them. What that is crucial for, killing is a big old, I think it's a big ask. I think it's a big ask. I've got the other Summoner Crone on the horse, which I've shoved behind here, who's going to join in to help. So she's going to do some damage and then also heal these horses. But what's important is I'm on the token. From here, it looks as if the rabble is within 3 of the token. We'll have a look in a minute when we're actually looking. I don't think they are. I don't think they are within 3 inches, because that was critical to my plan, was that with the butchers here, the butchers block the rabble from being within 3. But maybe that was all in my head, who knows. And I definitely got this one down here. No one cares about that anymore. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, so that's just showing you the top-down view. Oh, we can see a bit closer now. They're definitely within 3, so what was I thinking? Who knows? It's a weird one. Not sure what I was thinking. Anyway. I think I was thinking I kill them. I'm thinking kill the rabble, kill these rabble, and then I will have the token. That's what I'm thinking, right? Yeah. So there's Mikhail into the side of the Doodars, and you can see that token there. That's the other thing. That's the other thing I'm hoping, right? That's the other thing I'm hoping. So he's got the king and the winged have got unit strength. They can very easily hop onto this 1-point token here. I'm hoping by putting Mikhail here, he gets a bit of bloodlust, and he just tries to kill him with his king, ignoring this token because he feels he doesn't need it. That's the other thing I'm hoping. And I need that to go well. So, yeah, okay. All right, then.
Yep. Okay, so we've regened a fair amount. They're back to 3. These guys are still on 7. So we are going to drain life. The wing is only dash 10, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not great. Well, it's Goblins one.
We'll drain life the rabble.
Okie doke.
So 6.
Yep.
Actually, no, I'm going to do the wing it. Because it's still defense 4. 4s. 2 hits. Rubbish. And 3s. 1 wound. So we heal 1. I'll just put it there.
Yep.
And then she's going to drain life the rock lobber, what it's called. Big rock thrower.
Big rock thrower, yeah.
Drain life 9. 4s and 3s. 4. 4 hits, 4 damage. And she's going to
heal.
Did I put her in? I fucking didn't. I meant to put her within. That's crucial. That's really bad. So I have to heal these guys. Oof! I meant to put her within She could have healed 4 off them, and they would have been down to 2, but I didn't do it. That's going to ruin my game. My life.
I don't think.
We'll see. My mistake. That's my shooting, so nerve on the wing it, -10. So 9 to kill.
Might be a BSB, maybe, with a bit of luck.
9 to kill once? Oh no, because once, because that's the middle of the unit.
The tip of the wing might just be in.
That's an 11. Yay! On 1 damage. That's very lucky. That's very lucky. I didn't deserve that. Okay, so let's do Mick out the back. This is quite fun. So he's got 12 attacks, 3s and 2s into a standard bearer.
Yep. Quite a few there.
So 11 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds.
It's probably about 8, 10 or something.
Well, that's enough. And that's definitely enough. Over on the 6 inches.
Okay, in he
into
goes.
flank of your thing. So 6 attacks.
Defense
So they're
4.
cavalry. It's a chariot.
What are they?
Chariots.
Right.
So he gets 6 attacks. 3.
Defense 4 on the sides, I'd imagine.
So 2. So 3s and 2s. Elite. 5 hits. Oh, 2 wounds. Oh no, 5. Sorry, there's no ones. 5 wounds.
3 on him already.
So they're up to 8.
Dash 14, did you say?
Dash 16.
Oh, 16.
So an 8 to kill once.
Once.
Oh. That's a 5, you fool! Oh well.
At least I get to play with
It's actually a 7 to kill once because he's got dread, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so over here, let's do butchers in the flank of your mob.
How many is that?
It's 9 normally, so 18 on 4s and 2s. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
2s.
they're going to be snagged, aren't they?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 wounds. They're
9,
fresh.
and they're fresh. 19, 21 we said, didn't we? And that is a 6.
So 15 are okay.
So 9, I'll just put my dice here. There we go. Yep.
Nerve. Oh, I've done that.
Done that.
They're okay. And then
killed
horses in the
some,
front.
flea bags or sniffs, whatever they are.
So these guys are 18 on 3s. And crush 1.
3s and 3s.
And they're not elves, so they're not elite. Oops. Uh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 wounds. Puts them on 15.
Puts them on BSB stood behind them. 3 and a 1's probably still enough, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't do math. So
And they're on 15 wounds, so yeah.
slide them out the way.
I'll do it in a bit.
Do it in a second.
And I think I will probably sidestep D3 so that you're definitely in the front. You're in the front anyway, but
Turn around.
turn around.
Yeah.
No, because then you flank me. I sidestep 3 inches. That's way more than I meant to sidestep.
Yeah, he definitely. No, aren't they? Yeah.
There you go. Oh, she's taken the wizard with them. They've still got 6 wounds, so they're still going to die.
I don't know.
They're up there.
They're
Okay.
They're both living.
On over here.
They're both living a fated life at the moment.
So we've got 18 on 2s because we have sharpness. Did you do any damage to me?
2.
Yeah. So 18 on 2s and 3s.
Right.
Here we go. And 3s. Oof. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
9 again. So both. I've got 9 wounds on
So
them.
they're on 12 because they've got 3 already. Here we go. 13, 14, 20. Wavered.
19, 20, that, I'll take that.
They're wavered.
They're just there blocking you still. That's the best I could probably hope for.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a couple of things wrong in what I said before. And if you're thinking, how are you getting it wrong? You've both lived this and have an actual recording of it. It's because the way I should explain. The way I record these is that I'll work from the screenshots. I'll say what I think happens, and then I insert the video clip afterwards. I ain't got time to like watch them and then talk about it and then do it. So, apologies for the mistakes. However, I was right up here. He did take the bait. So I was watching what he was doing, thinking, "You're mad." There's a token right here. Anyway, he charged the king in, and he countercharged. He's just got a bit of bloodlust on Mikhail. This is turn 6. Not killing this rabble is devastating, and I have no idea why I drained the big rock thrower rather than draining the rabble. Right, that was a mistake as well. So, anyway. The other thing, he moved these guys up, so these trombones, so he's going to try and shoot off this butcher regiment, which isn't going to work because it's got stealthy. And then, right, this is what I was remembering. So the token is here. If he'd have just countercharged with his rabble, he would have had that token. Instead of which, he saw red, desperate to kill these horses, and he's taken the flank and the front. So Fleabag's in the front. Rabble hindered again in the flank. So, he gets a token here. Fine. I get this one? No. I wish I could remember things, in my life. Right, so he's taken that. Right. So he's taken that, and then if he doesn't kill them, I get a rear. I think something like that anyway. I think he's still within 3. So I think he gets 1. He gets that 1, and I get that 1. So it's a 1-1 draw if it finishes like this. We'll see anyway. We'll talk it through. Who knows? I can barely remember my own name anymore. Anyway, there you go. That's what that looks like. I think that's clearly still within 3, isn't it? Do you reckon? What do you reckon? Answers on a postcard. Please do write in and tell me what you think. Over here, that's him killing that thing. There's the token, which he's ignored off the side for an easy victory. And that's the wavered guys just kind of sitting there. Yeah. Anyway, sad times.
Life interesting. Look, they've gone off the hill, so hopefully it won't.
Failed our Bane Charm, yeah. So it's off the hill, so you get Thunder 1, Crush 1, so it's still on freeze.
So we've got to roll them separately, which is what we didn't do last time, because obviously there are more beasts, or more pups.
More pups is one use, isn't it? More pups?
Second unit.
Oh yeah, of course it is, yeah.
Let's do shooting. 20 attacks, but he's in the swamp, and he's moved.
And they're also stealthy.
So it's going to be 6s. And that is 3 hits.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
5s. 1.
There you go. 5s. So 4s. 4s.
Oh, it's 4s.
So it'd be 2 wounds. There's no defense. Next one, so it's just going to be 5s on.
2-1. It's covered, isn't it?
Yeah. So that'd be 6s. Could have rolled them all at the same time then. 1, 2, and 4s.
1 more, so up to 4.
And that is all of their shooting, so
11 to kill.
6, 7, 8.
They're okay.
That is shooting. Combat. 5, 6, 7. Goblin King on him on 4s.
Mikhail, yeah.
I get to re-roll 1 miss.
4 hits.
Gotta be Thunderous 2.
Probably. 1 wound. He's on 2.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
And then
21 plus 1 is 22. So there's 20 dice here. Or there will be when I put that in there. 3s. We roll 2 misses. And
where's his damage gone?
I might have moved it. Defense 5?
4s.
So 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So he's on 12. He's dash 16. It's dead again. And dead again. Mikhail dies.
And I don't know. They're not dead. They weren't dead. I think they're about not 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that.
8 wins. 8 wins.
Nothing's going to be doing much for them now. Then the important one here. So, 5, 10, 15, 14, isn't it? 14 attacks. 14 attacks on 4s. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Off a hill.
Thunder stay freeze.
2.
2, 3, 4.
I just remember the vicious, aren't they?
Puts one to 10.
So, might have got a couple more wins last time.
More pups. 4s. 1 hit. Crush 1. Nope.
Are they vicious? Didn't matter.
More pups ambitious. And in the flank.
Oh, flank, so there's, I pinch that again, there's 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 on 6s, so these lads did the business for me last time.
Yeah.
So 6s though, 6s and 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's a high number of 6s.
And last bunch is going to be 7, 8, that's cocked, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, so grab, there's 5, there's 10, 12, I'm looking for 5s, 5 and 6s.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, they're on their 16, so to 1. Twice. Again, again. Dead.
Got. So these will turn around and they're sat on the token.
Yeah.
And there we go.
So you roll for turns. Oh, do you want to rebel of rape? So total turn 7?
I'll roll for turn 10. What do we need?
Nope, there is no 7, so it's a draw.
I'll take that.
You know you threw away the win
Oh, I probably did.
because your Goblin King's got unit strength, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I'd rather
Could he come over here?
I'd rather kill him.
You'd rather kill 1 unit than you throw away the win. I'll take it. Good game, mate. Good mate. Good game.
Cheers.
All right, so we have finished in rather unexpectedly and completely unjustifiedly draw. I know it's completely unjustified. The list was over, so yeah, swings and roundabouts. But you know, if he'd just taken stock at the end, there it would have been a very easy victory, actually, as opposed to the 1-1 draw that we ended up with. But yeah, really good game, and I think it was really interesting. Hopefully, you managed to cope with my rambling narration to kind of see what I was trying to get at in terms of the tactics, both in how to use war engines and how to then fight against them. So the principles of using cover and trying to limit the amount of turns that they get, focus fire, and then you know, coming up with strategies to deal with them. So that was really good fun. It was always good fun to play against Russell. And I think he felt really bad for breaking the list a little bit. He sent me this. He said, "Put this picture in your battle report when you're explaining the list." And, oh, bless him. He's got a little dunce's cap on. Anyway, he wants a rematch at some point, and I'm definitely up for that because he is a solid bloke. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Any comments down below, and we'll see you next time on Death by Dragons.